Oh, wait. No, we got to do our test first to make sure this works. Okay, it works. Woo! Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Ronnie Show. So glad you could be with us here today. As most of you know, I wasn't really planning on making or doing this show today just because with the President's Day holiday, but I thought, well, you know what? Might as well, Why not, right? Yeah, so glad you could be joining us here this afternoon on hopefully your President's Day is going well. Oh, sorry. I got an email that I was just reading, and it's Confucius. We'll just say that. Um, I got confused. I'm confused by it. I'll just say that. So, yeah. But anyway, we might talk about that here in a second. But yeah. So this is our first show since Friday. So I guess we'll kind of talk about what happened since then. So let's see. Friday, right after we did the show, I did some preparation for the Musketeers weekend, and it went, or well, I shouldn't say how it went. I did it. That's all you need to know. So yeah, and just worked on some other things here, other projects for this channel. My hair, once again, is all over the place. I don't know why my hair hates me and wants to do this, but it just does. So chill out. So yeah, that happened, and as you know, Friday night we went to my college's hockey game. It was my great aunt and uncle who came down, along with my mom's cousin-in-law and her two boys, my second cousins, and we had a great time. I sat right next to the older one. He's 6 years old, and boy, he's he's a hoot, that's for sure. But no, he would like mock me like every time I would do something, and then like he'd like get up, he'd make faces at me, and he'd get up face to face, kind of like that. And I'm like, dude, chill out. Like it's, and he did that for the whole 2.5 hours we were sitting there too, which I think I think his mom and my great aunt thought he was bothering me. But the game, I will be honest, it wasn't all that interesting. So that's why I allowed him to carry on as much as I did. So yeah, hello, Lily loves Jesus. Um, so yeah, I let him continue on there. What you doing? We're just talking here. This is a talk show. So anyway, Tegan Leaper, $100. $100 for what? What do you want me to do with $100? Are you giving it to me? Or are you giving it to someone else? Tell me. Hello, Oliver. I could smell you through the screen. You stink. Oh, really? Can you smell this? Can you smell that? If you love Jesus, then you wouldn't be making nasty comments like that. So, there you go. $100 to sing a song now. I suck at singing, so we're not gonna do that. Kayla Masters, I guess you don't either since you're flipping people off. I didn't say I love Jesus. I didn't say that. The account name it was Lily Loves Jesus. And, I didn't, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do. I'm a religious guy myself, but, if you, it's called treat others the way you want to be treated. So, there you go. If you stink, you should wear deodorant. Well, first of all, spell wear correctly. Spell wear correctly, and maybe I will. Um, so yeah, anyway, back to my weekend before that got all out of hand. Yeah, Kayla, you're just as much of an evil person as she is, so don't even go there with me. Um, fact, I've had a whole bunch of. No, I do wear deodorant. In fact, here, let me get it for you. And then I'm gonna put you in timeout afterwards. So, there it is. Now you go in timeout. Guys, what the hell? Yeah, I'll show you guys what the hell. Put in timeout. There you go. And Kayla, you too, since you're being as much of a noob as she is. There you go. I mean, I get it. There's always going to be trolls out there, but and I understand that, but that's just, you know, I'm not even going to go there. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, back to my weekend. So yeah, I did that Friday night, and that was basically it. I kind of finished up some preparation and for the weekend, and then yeah, I guess we'll talk about Saturday right now. Started out, I woke up. Obviously, I had lunch with my friends, and then obviously after that, we took the trip down to Sioux City. Omaha was in town, of course, so that was quite fun. Omaha versus Sioux City. I will say, ever since Omaha has sucked the last 3 years, it hasn't been as fun. But yeah, so we very easily got the win there on Saturday night, and then of course yesterday we played a good game, but then yeah, we just kind of fell apart. Well, not really fell apart. We didn't really fall apart the whole game. It's just, once it gets into a shootout, it's either you hit or you miss. And we missed our three. Cedar Rapids, they scored one, and they missed two, and one is bigger than zero. So it's just how those things go sometimes. So, yeah, and you can go check out those broadcasts. Those are up, obviously. So yeah, and then today, well, luckily enough, I didn't have my first class of the day, which is at 8 a.m. So that's good. So I didn't have to wake up so early. Um, and then obviously, as you know, I have two back-to-back classes at 1 and 2 in the afternoon, at least on Mondays and Wednesdays. And went to those. Those were good. Luckily enough, my Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays are usually pretty easy. So, well, I guess every day is kind of easy for college for me, at least so far. Haven't gotten much, at least the second semester. Haven't gotten much for homework, per se. So, just kind of little readings and things like that. Like the homework's easy. Like it's not hard, because I think kind of going into college in the fall, I was thinking, well, there's always this perception of, oh, it's going to be so much harder. The homework's going to be harder. You'll get much more, and you'll be up all night studying, things like that. Although, honestly, and my one cousin who I talked to about this felt the same way. It's honestly easier than high school was. Like, if I'm being honest with you, like, I've had much more free time than I've had in high school, if I'm being honest with you. So it's just one of those things. Although I'm sure once I get through college, as the classes get harder, I'm sure that will start to pile up and things like that. But yeah, although my roommate did stay up one night, all night for college, or not for college, but he was making like a presentation for one of his classes. Well, I guess it was for college, but I was like, well, I mean, he didn't wake me up, which was good, because he was laying over here in his bed when he was doing it. I, I mean, you probably had at least like a week to work on it, if I had to guess. So I don't know why you're all of a sudden staying up for all night long, so you could work on it. Well, and it was a group project too, so I kind of didn't understand that either, unless his part of the group project was like, I don't know, like really long. But hello, TN Pyro. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Shake you guys up a little bit. So let's see here, as I know we kind of went off into a certain thing, but back to today, and then kind of going until tomorrow when we see you all again. Don't have much planned tonight. I'm going to get some homework done. Um, it's not a lot, like I said, it's not a whole lot. So within probably an hour and a half or so, I should be done. How are things today? Pretty darn good, I'd say. And especially with the weather outside, it's really nice. Right, in fact, right now it's 63 degrees, so that's really, really good. You in college? Yeah, we've been talking about that, so hopefully you've been paying attention to that. I'm sure you have, but yeah, so 63 degrees today. Yeah, just really nice for February too. It's supposed to be like in the single digits for high temperatures. It's just, it's supposed to be winter outside. It's not winter. um yeah, but I'm loving it. I really do love it. I don't like cold weather. I don't. And of course, my roommate, he's from the Twin Cities up in Minnesota, and he loves the snow. He loves, well, it's because he's used to it. That's why. So yeah, Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah. So and he's like, oh well, all the people. Well, and I said this too because it's true. All the people, everybody I know doesn't like cold weather or the snow or anything like that. My friends, my family, and all that. And his rebuttal always is like, oh well, all of the people I know are love the cold weather and things like that. And I'm like, you're only saying that just to grind my gears and because so yeah, it's just one of those things sometimes for sure. I'm over it. Yeah, agree. But yeah, I'll definitely take this nice weather because I guess, oh yeah, Connecticut makes sense. I don't know why I didn't just follow my cousin to college because he goes to college at Grand Canyon in Arizona. So like, I don't understand it. I'll just be honest. I don't understand it. I mean, he doesn't like the cold weather either. In fact, I don't know why. He says he doesn't like the cold weather, but yet every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, when it's colder than you know what outside, he comes back. Like it doesn't make sense. I don't know, but probably nice there. Well, yeah, that's why he went. Cause let's take a look at the weather in Arizona right now. Yeah, it's 75 degrees. This doesn't say where it is, but so yeah, it's really nice, people. It's really nice. I don't know if I'll move somewhere. Um, Although one thing I do like about the winter and being cold is that I do like. I know a lot of people don't like it, but like it, I kind of like it getting dark earlier. I'm not gonna lie with you. I kind of like when it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, 5:30 ish here in the Midwest. I, I I just do. I mean, I've been used to it for what, almost 20 years of my life. So, um, so yeah, it's kind of. I think it's kind of nice. And then, of course, well, even now, the days are getting longer and longer and longer. In fact, it was 5:30. Well, I was out and about 5:30 last night, obviously, and it was still pretty light out. So it gets dark early here in the winter. Yeah, I think it does everywhere, but I'm sure like down south or where it's warmer and stuff, it probably doesn't matter. um so yeah, because obviously, as most of you know, I was down in Arizona, um well, for the first few days of the year. And yeah, I think it's still, the sun went down, I think close to like 6 o'clock. So, and of course it was in the 70s every single day I was there. So, well, I shouldn't say that. It was in the 60s every day while I was there. One day it was over 70. Yeah. Of course, it was the day we left too. So it's some things, I tell you, some things. So yeah, let's see. What else do I have planned for the rest of the day? Not much, if I'm being honest with you. Just, yeah, get some homework done. I do have to make a couple of phone calls, just to like my friends and family and things like that. Nothing serious. No serious business or anything like that. So yeah, I'll do that, and then kind of tomorrow. I kind of like my Tuesdays, although it can feel long sometimes because I have 3 classes back to back to back from 8 a.m. to just a little after noon. So I'll get through it though. I'll get through it. It's a lot of lecture, 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 lecture. Well, I guess in a way all classes are like that. And then they like give you homework and then send you for, at least with my classes, that's how it is. So whatever. Can't do anything about it. I'm just a student, not a teacher, so or a professor. So yeah, and then nothing else really planned after that until the show tomorrow. This show tomorrow. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Remember tomorrow, of course, same time, same place, right here on RVN. So yeah, of course, we're doing this Monday through Friday now, so that'll be exciting. Exciting stuff for sure. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.